Namaste, angels. I'm going to jump right in. I'm feeling very Gemini today. So if I feel myself getting ahead of myself, I'm going to try to pull it back in. If you're wondering, like, why is she acting like she's on something? I'm just on, that Gemini stuff. I feel very speedy. Anyway, we're going to get with 50-50. You see the 29 staring in your face, but it's upside down. I wonder if somebody's partnership is like, and it doesn't have to be romantic. People look at stuff and they get panically about love and whatnot. It could be any kind of partnership that may be, upside down. Doesn't mean that the people aren't getting along together. It could be financially, in terms of the economy, all kind of different stuff. Anyway, eat cake. The other day, I pulled the eat cake during a general, and I said, oh, no, not general, daily reading with my patrons. I said, oh, it must be, one of my clients' birthdays. And it was. So we have people celebrating. Maybe somebody else is celebrating. Some of you that are watching now, celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, all kinds of different things. Maybe you'll be taking a weekend away. Spirit says yes. Stay in bed. And party. But again, there's that 29. All right. So, whatever that means for you. With the cards, we are beginning with Major Arcana card Death, which represents the sign of Scorpio most directly. And the card behind it is also upright. It is Major Arcana card 1, the Magician. And then we have another Queen of Cups. So we have like more water and more air. I thought about something I haven't thought about in... oh, goodness. Probably about 30 years. When I saw this, I was like, okay, something's ending. And then I saw this one. I'm like, okay, something's beginning. Like, we're going to replace whatever we lost with something better. And we're going to be who does that in large part. We're going to be putting effort into bringing about that replacement, not just waiting for the universe to do something for us. And what came to my mind was this saying from the movie New Jack City, cancel that bitch, I'll get me another one. And that doesn't have to mean, again, necessarily that it has to do with relationships. It could be tied to that 29 that was upside down, maybe some sort of partnership, and maybe a romantic one, or maybe a friendship or something. But I think it could be anything, like that we're letting go out of our life, and we know that a new one can come. Temperance, all about restoration and recovery, and be, things being replaced with better. Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, us doing the work. Same thing with the 4 of Wands. It's about unexpected stuff coming into your life too, surprises, but not getting too comfortable and forgetting to also put the work in. This is about it being time, like we've waited, you've been patient. It's your turn for something to come through. Look, more rest, recovery, patience. We don't want him to fall on his swords. You want him to pick up that one behind him, that ace behind him, and start all over. Speaking of aces, there's one. It's not the sword. The Ace of Wands will do. Won't it? In reverse, there's some delay attached to it. This is more that worker energy. You have to do something in order for what you want to be accomplished. But it's out there for you. Energy is right for it. And the King of Wands is our new overall energy with the Lovers behind it. So, like I said, I'm feeling very Gemini. And we started with the Magician, and now the Lovers are right here. So maybe that is why. Oh, the cards are feeling very Gemini too, perhaps. Pulling 4 cards that will most directly represent us. Well, this one is general, and it is the 10 of, I was going to say the 10 of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune. Major Arcana card 10, the Wheel of Fortune. Surrounding energy, close friends, family members, co-workers, something going on at the job. It is the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Work and finance specifically, it is the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. And love and relationship, it is the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So if you got to get the 5 of Pentacles, let it be in reverse. And seeing that everything's in frame, let's start with the King of Wands. So he could be an actual person in your life. Maybe not a male, but if he is an actual person, the male is more likely, or a masculine energy is more likely, masculine archetype. And they may even further to that be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Or perhaps, well, yeah, this is Sagittarius energy here, as well as Leo. So the Wheel of Fortune represents the planet Jupiter and the sign of Sagittarius, which it rules, but is also connected to the fixed signs, one of which is fellow fire sign Leo. And then we have Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius. Okay, that's it. As well. Well, those are all four, right? Yes. So with the fire, maybe in that order: Sag, then Leo, then Aries, if it's a fire sign. Whether it's a fire sign or not, this is a super positive omen in your life. Um, he signifies. I'm losing my voice. I've been like really crazy, really just loud and silly. I don't know. Signifies that, again, people around you, and maybe more so men, or a particular male energy around you, masculine energy, is really, or masculine, or energies at large, or men again in general and at large, are really like supportive of you, or the energy is supportive. People think well of you. They think that you're a good person. They see you as ambitious and goal oriented, and that's probably how you're feeling right now, if this is representing you. So think positively. It might be why I'm so hyped. Who knows? So moving on to the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it's like the Wheel of Fortune upright, except it loses some of its strength when it goes in reverse. So the changes that are occurring in your life may not be as like marked or noticeable, strong, big, right? As when the Wheel of Fortune is upright. So something could change, and you may take it for granted. You may not even like notice or mark the change. Um, it's typically something changing for the better. But if you feel it's the other way, then just remember that it's a temporary thing only, and it's going to pass. Also, when the card shows up in general, it's a very important time to think positively and to expect the best. Right, the best is yet to come. The best is ahead of me, and all that kind of stuff. The worst is behind me. That's how you have to think, and don't assume that change um, is negative and or permanent, because it doesn't have to be either. Well, nothing's permanent, and change doesn't have to be negative. It can be good. We just tend to be afraid of it. So that's us holding on to a negative emotion. That's not the change itself being negative. Especially with the Nine of Pentacles being in the surrounding energy. So that means it can be some of ours. It can be close friends, family members, co-workers, the energy with which we're surrounded. That too is an energy representative of the need to be very, proud of yourself and what you have and what you've accomplished, and the people and the love that surround you and all that kind of stuff, and to also be hopeful about what's to come. So again, I'm sure it's directly tied to this change, and it's a positive thing based on the card that's sitting next to the wheel. It's a positive change, even if it doesn't look so or feel so, or you don't even notice it. Also, this is representing a need for action on your part with regard to your goals and plans and things. Earth signs, the energy of Pentacles, it's all about commitment and dedication to our goals, very goal oriented. We set out a plan and stuff. And so this is, if you're not an air sign, an earth sign rather, this is for the rest of us to say, well, I'm going to behave in this manner like an earth sign. So that means I need to make a plan. I need to, follow it through. And this is a reminder of that, like that there's work attached to accomplishing these goals, and it's about thinking about what it is we're going to do, what our next step is, what our actions are going to be, so that we make it happen, what we're trying to make happen. So moving on to the Four of Pentacles in your work and finance. This can be like you're worried about the security of your job, maybe even the safety of your job. Maybe you work in some sort of dangerous job, or perhaps it's the safety of your job because of maybe the COVID pandemic or something. And of course, the security of your job because people are losing their jobs, people are losing their companies, getting laid off, furloughed, places are going out of business. It's a very sad time. There's like all kinds of warnings, dire future ahead in the immediate future. If like the government doesn't do something, step in and do something, they say we're going to be headed for a cold, dark winter. So like a difficult one basically, and we're up to like I think a couple thousand people per day that die in the United States, and so that may be why there's a safety concern in terms of your job. Like, is it safe here? Can I catch the virus here? I'm an essential worker, all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, the security is we just don't know, what lies ahead. But again, you have these cards that are reminding you to be positive about that. And so even if the change occurs in your job, it's saying that that's going to be a positive change still. Right? So don't worry. Maybe, somebody that doesn't currently work from home will start. Maybe business will improve. Your area, the COVID numbers will go down and things will improve. People will get back out there and start spending money. Maybe the government will do the right thing. Mitch McConnell will get his wits about him and stop being a douchebag and join, the rest, even of his own party. Mitt Romney and other Republicans made a proposal too. He's against, but Mitch McConnell's against everything. So maybe he'll change his mind and he'll, provide people with things like unemployment and, the eviction protections and all that kind of stuff. And that will make you feel better. But whether that happens or not, Four Pentacles in reverse, specific to finances, not necessarily attached to work, is saying that finally you're getting beyond your worries about money. So something, again, is changing for the positive in that area that's allowing you to de-stress about it. All right? And in part, it's not that something's already happened to change that necessarily. In part, it can just be that you've realized that worrying doesn't do no damn good. Or if anything, worrying causes me to manifest negativity into my life. I got to think positive if I want to manifest abundance. And I want to manifest abundance if I feel I lack it, or I'm concerned about lacking it in the future. To avoid lacking it, what's the action I'm going to take? Thinking positively. That in itself is an action. Making that focus, intention, holding on to it, that's an action. That's my plan. I'm going to focus on what I want. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to have faith that it's going to come to fruition. That's the action I'm taking. And so that's why I can feel better about the situation. I don't have no need to worry. And I've told you guys many, many times what my mother always said, if you pray, don't worry. If you worry, don't pray. Similarly, with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, in this placement of love and relationship, you are feeling probably less vulnerable, or you will be soon, less, worried about things not working out, being rejected, or trust issues, or whatever it is, and you're becoming more open to love and to partnership and to trusting, and almost magically, again, like this magician energy, maybe because of some sort of Gemini energy, maybe because of the North Node, maybe because of the recent Gemini full moon, combinations of those, I don't know. But we do represent the magician. And like I said, almost magically, you find yourself receiving more love. Why? Because you opened up to it. You opened up to more love. You're thinking positively. That's what you're drawing towards yourself. If you're already committed, you may feel the relationship drawing closer, becoming, stronger, or at least more satisfying, more pleasing. And if you are single, then again, moving beyond these things that maybe in the past had held you back. You know, you just feel yourself breaking free from those things. And you may not even know why. Like, what changed? Something changed. Something in the karmic energy, right? Planet Jupiter. Something changed. He's allowing for growth and expansion in your life. And so you're more open now. The only thing in terms of a negative, I don't even know if you want to call it a negative, but you know, that, yeah, I guess negative is the best word, but it's not even that. That this card problem that this card can point to, I don't know how to word it, but if your relationship is sort of set up on this, like it's us against the cruel world, which, you know, to be honest with you, I'm not I'm not wholly opposed to, but if that's been, I guess, the only focus, and like there's nothing out here for us, though, yeah, the whole world is against us, everything is horrible except for us, that sort of attitude and mentality needs to change too, because that also is not conducive to manifestation. It's sort of saying like, I have no faith in anything else. I believe in nothing, and that, and you know, I have no positive thoughts about anything but myself and or this partner. And so that's what we want to change also if we want to talk about manifestation. Let's clarify these cards a little further with the other deck. And with those, I'm beginning with Major Arcana card 3, the Empress. Just move these out of the way for a second. And of course, the Empress is Venus, who's another one, like, you know, like Jupiter, she likes to gift us with things, with abundance. Venus, ruler of the signs of Libra, Taurus, so one of the fixed signs that this Jupiter energy is attached to as well, and Gemini that I keep going on about. Time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. Look more in Earth energy, and it's the Taurus again. This is Major Arcana card 5, the Hierophant. Embrace this time of deep spiritual growth. You may feel called to act as a mentor, find a new teacher, or to spend time with others who are also on a sacred path. Also upright is Major Arcana card 17, which represents the sign of Aquarius, another one of these signs that's attached to this. The only one we need now is Leo and Scorpio. We kind of got Leo already, again, with this. You're about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced with optimism. How perfect is that, after I was just talking about the worrying over here? Fear with hope, and joy is coming home to roost. I love this message for us. Like I said, especially after this spread, particularly the Four of Pentacles in reverse in work and finance. So this card is totally about manifestation, prayers being answered, wishes being granted, dreams coming true. It's also about communication. You have to do with online dating, getting to know people on, you know, social media, maybe going on these new meetings and stuff, Zoom and WebEx, all that kind of thing. Maybe sending pictures and videos, or watching like viral videos and stuff like that also. And there's the Scorpio that I said was missing. The King of Cups. He is trustworthy. A trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. The King of Cups is warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful. Wow. And for some of us, this is definitely a love reading. I shuffled these cards really well. And the Queen of Cups is right behind the King, also upright. This is a time of deep emotions and heightened intuition that you can trust completely. Be mindful that you don't ignore your own needs while caring for others. Next card is in reverse. It's the Seven of Swords. But did you see how they made sure we saw the Ace of Cups too? So it's like soon. But it may require some risk. It's definitely going to require trust, faith, confidence in yourself, in your relationship, maybe in the partnership, self-esteem. And you may have to like take that leap of faith. You may have to take a jump. It's going to require some risk, but there is this wonderful start here for you. Ace of Cups. So now I'm going to take the cards that we've looked at and mix them up again. Just throw them in. I think I just threw the King of Cups on the King of Cups. Did I? I don't know. Yep. King of Cups, King of Cups. Five of Swords. Womp womp. That's our overall energy. Your current path isn't leading you toward the happiest possible outcome, so why not change it? Always maintain integrity and compassion, but be alert to the hidden agendas of others. People, that would smile in your face, but like stab you in the back. That could be what this is. This could be gossip. This could be you being conflicted, like from within, maybe having nothing to do with somebody else, but this could also be you having a conflict with somebody else. Maybe minor arguments, disagreements, and things like that. I'm going to pull 4 cards again. The first, again, most general, representing us. The Empress is back. Again, she represents the planet Venus and the signs of Libra, Taurus, and Gemini. It's time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. But isn't that what I just said about these 2 cards? Like, it's going to require action on our part. Jupiter wants to gift you something, but you're going to have to put something into it to get it. And surrounding energy atop the 9 of Pentacles is another King of Wands. We got a King of Wands as an overall energy here. And then we have another King of Wands, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, again, that needs to take action. But Wands are all about action. Maybe this is, again, specifically a Leo, ruled by the planet Mars, the planet of action and aggression, that wants to handle business. Love, work and finance. 8 of Cups. Somebody may want to leave their job again, or a career path, or they want to leave that energy that they're in. That the worry, that kind of stuff too is also possible. Desire to move on. The search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. Definitely there could be people wanting to make that positive change in terms of starting on a business of their own or something that's going to make them feel more secure and safe in their job, that they're working for themselves. That's going to be somebody's move. And lastly, love and relationship. Ace of Wands. So you're ready and you're being positive and you're thinking positively. You're holding on to that focus intention with regard to surrounding yourself with love. And then boom, here it comes. Ace of Wands, an exciting new opportunity, career advancement. Change your life now. Further advice to both archetypes. The masculine, the Queen of Cups is back for you. This is the time of deep emotions and heightened intuition that you can trust completely. Be mindful that you don't ignore your own needs while caring for others. That is your advice this week. Masculine, also pay very close attention to your intuition. We all have a masculine and feminine, inner masculine and feminine. Souls are androgynous, right? At the soul level, we're all androgynous. So, use your feminine instincts to guide you this week. Feminine, 8 of Pentacles. It's the perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school. taking a seminar, or conducting research. Do your best work. This is the key part, right? What for any placement that this might be talking about, it's about putting in the effort so you can reap what you've sown. Do your best work, and the law of attraction will bring you prosperity and career advancement. That's all you needed to hear. That's the only part that really, really matters. And from the Angel Tarot to the Masculine, this is Major Arcana card 2, the High Priestess. This is another card that tells you to pay very close attention to your intuition this week. Also, any other knowing information, right? If you're just intelligent and you're wise and you're street smart, whatever you have to draw from it. Make a plan. Don't share your plan. High Priestess represents the sign of Gemini. Go along with the Queen of Cups, who is a Scorpio most directly, but also possibly, of course, a Cancer or a Pisces or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And lastly, for the feminine, the Six of Swords. Things are looking up. It's the end of a difficult situation. You may even be taking a trip. For some of us, that can be literal. It's a card of movement. Again, the best is ahead of us. The worst is behind us. We're moving into calmer, stiller waters. Look, we upgraded. We moved forward already from our overall energy of the Five of Swords to this Six of Swords now. So leaving any funky energy and negativity in last week and into this week, this is what we're taking. Only positivity. In terms of fertile energy, literally, you could be finding out you're pregnant. If you're wanting to get pregnant, it's a good time to try. Maybe you had difficulty, whether you are the male or the female in the couple, and you've had difficulty. This is a good week to try. And that's all I have to say for you. Enjoy trying. If you'd like to stick around, then I'm going to quickly go over what else is going on this week from the planetary calendar and such. But if not, I appreciate you coming and watching the reading. Do like, share, subscribe, comment, and all of that. I appreciate that as well. Those of you who want to stick around, I'm getting on my computer now. And we're going to start with December 8th and the Feast of the Immaculate Conception of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Then also on the 12th, we have another feast day for Mary, and it's the feast day of Our Lady of Guadalupe. So for the Immaculate Conception, looks like I've simply gone to www.wikipedia.org here. The solemnity of the Immaculate Conception celebrates the belief in the sinless lifespan and Immaculate Conception of the Virgin Mary. Celebrated on December 8th, 9 months before the Feast of the Nativity of Mary, celebrated on September 8th, it is one of the most important Marian feasts in the liturgical calendar of the Roman Catholic Church, celebrated worldwide. By pontifical decree, that's like by order of the Pope, it is the patronal feast day of America, Argentina, Brazil, Italy, Korea, Nicaragua, Paraguay, the Philippines, Spain, and Uruguay. By royal decree, it is designated as the patroness of Portugal. It is celebrated by the Roman Catholic Church and some select Protestant Christian denominations as well. Since 1953, the Pope visits the column of the Immaculate Conception in Piazza di Spagna to offer prayers commemorating the solemn event. The feast was first solemnized as a holy day of obligation on the 6th of December in the year 1708. So I've spoken many times about why 6 is important in relation to Mary. So the 6th of December is like a way of giving her 3 sixes without just putting them in that order. In the year 1708, of course, is 88. This was done under the papal bull of Pope Clement XI and is often celebrated with a Catholic Mass, parades, fireworks, processions, ethnic food, and cultural festivities in honor of the Blessed Virgin Mary, and is generally considered a family day, especially in many populous Catholic countries. So there's, of course, more on this, but I'm going to move on to www.franciscanmedia.org and Our Lady of Guadalupe, which again is celebrated on the 12th of the month. The feast in honor of Our Lady of Guadalupe goes back to the 16th century. Chronicles of that period tell us the story. A poor Indian was baptized and given the name Juan Diego. He was a 57-year-old widower and lived in a small village near Mexico City. On Saturday morning, December 9th, in the year 1531, so there's another one of Mary's numbers, the 9th, and then 1531 is, of course, like 613, but transposed. He was on his way to a nearby barrio, ghetto, neighborhood, to attend Mass in honor of Our Lady. Juan was walking by a hill called Tepeyac when he heard beautiful music like the warbling of birds. A radiant cloud appeared, and within it stood an Indian maiden dressed like an Aztec princess. The lady spoke to him in his own language and sent him to the Bishop of Mexico, a Franciscan named Juan de Zumarraga. The bishop was to build a chapel in the place where the lady appeared. Eventually, the bishop told Juan to have the lady give him a sign. About this same time, Juan's uncle became seriously ill. This led poor Juan to try to avoid the lady. Nevertheless, the lady found Juan, assured him that his uncle would recover, and provided roses for Juan to carry to the bishop in his cape, or tilma. That was the name of that's what it means, cape. On December 12th, when Juan Diego opened his tilma in the bishop's presence, the roses fell to the ground, and the bishop sank to his knees. On the tilma, where the roses had been, appeared an image of Mary exactly as she had appeared at the hill of Tepeyac. Mary's appearance to Juan Diego as one of his people is powerful, and a powerful reminder that Mary and the God who sent her accept all peoples. In the context of the sometimes rude and cruel treatment of the Indians by the Spaniards, not just by the Spaniards, by a whole bunch of people, the apparition was a rebuke to the Spaniards and an event of vast significance for the indigenous population. While a number of them had converted before this incident, they now came in droves. According to a contemporary chronicler, 9 million Indians became Catholic in a very short time. In these days, when we hear so much about God's preferential option for the poor, Our Lady of Guadalupe cries out to us that God's love for and identification with the poor is an age-old truth that stems from the gospel itself. Our Lady of Guadalupe is the patron saint of the Americas and of Mexico. Moving on to the Hebrew calendar, this week is Hanukkah. I figured most people know what Hanukkah is, and then I said, why do you figure that? Who told you that people know what Hanukkah is? Maybe they don't. So because of that, I've gone to www.shabbat.org to not just tell you off the top of my head, but to read from what the Shabbat says Hanukkah is. Hanukkah is the Jewish 8-day wintertime festival of lights, celebrated with a nightly menorah lighting, special prayers, and fried foods. The Hebrew word Hanukkah means dedication, and thus named because it celebrates the rededication of the Holy Temple. Also spelled Hanukkah with an H, Hanukkah, or there's other variations it goes into. But the Hebrew word is actually pronounced with a guttural, like from the gut. I'm not going to be doing it like that. I'm just going to be saying Hanukkah, okay? In the 2nd century BCE, the Holy Land was ruled by the Seleucids, who were Syrian Greeks. They tried to force the people of Israel to accept Greek culture and beliefs instead of mitzvah observance and to believe in God. Against all odds, a small band of faithful but poorly armed Jews, led by Judah the Maccabee, defeated one of the mightiest armies on earth, drove the Greeks from the land, reclaimed the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, and rededicated it to the service of God. When they sought to light the temple's menorah, the seven-branched candelabra, they found only a single cruse of olive oil that had escaped contamination by the Greeks. Miraculously, they lit the menorah, and the one-day supply of oil lasted 8 days until new oil could be prepared under conditions of ritual purity. To commemorate and publicize these miracles, the sages instituted the festival of Hanukkah. And it goes on to describe how Hanukkah is observed if you want to read more. Again, I went to www.chabad.org, Chabad. Now I am going to the planetary calendar, and we're just going to quickly rattle off what's going on there during the course of this week. This reading covers a period of the 6th through the 12th, and on the 7th at 7:12 a.m., we have Pallas, the asteroid, entering Aquarius at 0 degrees. Also on the 7th at 7:36 p.m., we'll experience the quarter moon in Virgo, 16 degrees Virgo. That's it. That's it. So, for those of you stuck around, I hope that you are happy that you did. And now I will thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting and all that kind of stuff. And for watching the reading with me and hanging out with me this weekend. Namaste.